We've all seen those adverts on Facebook and Instagram that offer the greatest and latest gadget, and it's, oh, you can do this and this works. And I always think it's a little bit like those big, large Chinese sites that like Amazon, I think you know what I'm saying, that tend to be really bad quality and just don't do what they say on the tin, or in our case, in the bag. This supposedly, or these are supposedly, the ultimate barefoot experience from Pantufla. These are a kind of sock-based shoe that you've probably seen out there on Instagram and everywhere else. So I decided to get some. We're going to test them here. I'm going to go for a walk around the woods and let's just find out whether they really are the ultimate barefoot experience. These are the Pantufla Xplorer Pro barefoot shoes, or socks, whichever way you want to look at it. And they're designed for the adventurous souls out there who want to get out and have some versatility in their footwear. These innovative socks combine coziness of slippers with the functionality of barefoot shoes. When I first got hold of these, I thought they feel very, well, how can you put it? It's a sock with a rubbery base on it. But once you actually get these on and find out how comfortable they are, it's hard to forget that there is an absolute beast of a sole on these that is cut-proof, stab-proof. You really can't get anything that will penetrate through that thick rubber, and yet you can scrunch it up in your hands and wear them just like a normal pair of socks. If you're going to jump from traditional heeled shoes to barefoot shoes, there needs to be an easing in process. And not only does it take a while for your feet to get conditioned to doing this, but you, in your mindset, when you put these on, feel like every little twig, every little bit of thorns and things like that are going to pierce these shoes, and you tend to walk a little bit gingerly, shall we say. This ground here is just like your typical forest stuff, so there's branches, twigs, there are brambles, there's all sorts here. And what's surprising is after 20 minutes or so, you become really confident with these shoes. I'm walking around here now and I'm not even really thinking about it. So yes, they really do work. I'm really quite surprised. Whether people are going to feel, or whether you're going to feel conscious walking around, because it really does look like you're walking around in a pair of socks, I don't know, but I'm surprised. This is a product that you see on all these social media apps that actually work. Walking on grass such as this feels like you've got a pair of slippers on, well, a pair of socks that are a little bit like slippers. It's really, really comfortable. And I've not once have I worried about actually hurting my feet. They ache a little bit, but I think that's because I'm just not used to wearing barefoot shoes. But I've tried them on gravel, grass, woodland, forest. I've walked over brambles and everything, and so far I've had no issues, no spikes, no tears, nothing's gone through the sole of the shoe. I don't know what else to try them on now. Oh, and they are waterproof. Well, you can get them wet. Even walking on gravel like this and the large stones, my feet are not actually hurting. It's really surprising what you can actually walk around in these, and it really does feel like you've got a pair of socks on, which is really weird. But I'm surprised. This is a product that you see on all these social media apps that actually work. I'll do some more testing on different terrains and then we'll have my final thoughts, but so far I'm really quite impressed. Probably not going to be suitable for going up onto the cliffs, onto the mountains, especially in the lakes and here when it's that slaty goodness. But for everyday use around the woods and for paddleboarding, absolutely fantastic. Would I wear these around town? Maybe. Your feet are going to need time in order to be able to get used to these, and they don't recommend that you go from a normal heel shoe straight to one of these because the muscles in your foot need stretching and loosening off. We're just not naturally meant to be wearing heeled shoes like we do, or with so much support. If any of you remember Zola Budd from the Olympics, I'm showing my age now, or even some of these African runners who run for miles, probably like 20, 30, 40 miles barefoot. So your foot does get used to it, and it is good for your foot health. I'm really quite surprised. Another thing I like about these shoes is because in the van when I get up, this is the bed, I've only got this amount of room to move. It's easy just to put these down here in the little footwell and put them on and you're up and running. Otherwise, if you get your normal shoes, you're struggling to get your hands down here and tie your shoelaces. You could literally put them on, open the van door, and you're outside in less than, 5-10 seconds. I've actually quite grown to love these. Quite cool. I've been wearing them last night. I did walk into the hotel behind me and got a few funny looks, as if I thought somebody was going to say, "Sir, if you're coming in here, you must wear a pair of shoes." But no, nobody said anything. So to finally sum it up, the more I've actually worn these, the more I really like them. There is something, air quotes, hippie-ish natural about walking around in the woods with these on. You can feel the ground, you can feel everything underneath. And only once was there a really sharp stick pointing up. It was just uncomfortable to walk on, it wasn't painful. So obviously these are not going to be ideal for everything. I probably wouldn't use these for walking on slate and going up high into the mountains with these, just because it might hurt your feet after a while. We have been conditioned to wear heeled shoes, which is not actually natural or good for your feet. These are probably going to be staying in my bag, and I'll probably wear them all the time in the van. They're just so easy to put on after you've been out hiking. They're easy to use for paddle boarding, you can walk around in the water. They're really versatile, and I probably will start wearing them to work and commute in them in order to strengthen my feet up, which also helps with hiking and long distances. Not expensive, the prices and the links and all the information will be in the description box. Get out there, get some barefoot experience in, and if you buy them at the minute, you will get a free bag. Highly recommended.